Hello guys, I'm back with another video for you. This one is going to be actually about the University of Surrey. If you want the story time, then click here. This one is just going to be purely about the university. Oh wow. I can feel the sun on my face now. So Guildford actually looks like a quaint little village.
Quaint. Quaint.
It looked very beautiful. I wouldn't say that it was amazingly beautiful, but the buildings were nice. Everything about Surrey was kind of okay. Nothing really stood out. I did get accosted by some women standing outside of a church, but it wasn't that bad. It was a sunny day and they commented on that and they was like, hey, it could be raining. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Enjoy the day. And when I got to the university, I actually arrived at the back end of it. So I didn't see any signs and I was lost. I seen these people and I was like, where do I go? And I saw this big group of people with like University of Surrey bags and it looked like they were on a tour. And I was like, oh, maybe if I like backtrack, I can see where they came from. But no, I couldn't see. And then I saw this mum and her son and they were asking directions from this like new tour. And so I went over to them and I said, hey, do you know where to register? And they was like, oh yeah, the woman said go straight and then turn right. And we went her directions and she was like, oh, when you get to a fence, then turn right again. But we didn't see any fence. We were completely lost. We ended up walking around campus for a little bit again. We got to the library. And then I saw in the distance another tour going and I was like, hey, there are people coming from there, let's go there. And we went there and like there was a building behind them. We tried to enter the building and it was locked and I was like, oh, okay, not this building then. It's just this day was full of travel mishaps. It really was. But then we just asked one of the people on the tour and they told us where to go, and then lo and behold we saw the signs and we was like, oh, they put the signs at the front of the university. Because before this I was just like,
where are the signs? This is a terrible organisation. How are you going to have new people come to the campus and you don't have signs of where to go?
There were signs. There were a lot of signs. I actually forgot to record a lot of it because I was with people at the time. Like I was with this random mum and her son, and then I was signing up and kind of confused as to where to go, and I didn't record much. I mean, I didn't record anything. So it's just gonna be me talking to you guys with a few pictures, like one picture with like a few pictures maybe that I'll source from their website. The day started off with us registering, going to the student union, and then I went on a campus tour and I really liked the look of it because it kind of reminded me of like estates in London, the house estates though, where you have like a close and you'd see these little bundles of houses right quite near to each other. And I was talking about this with the guy I met, and it was just, and we were just imagining how great it would be in summer with people coming out and sitting on the grass and just interacting with each other. It looked very sociable and that was something that appealed to both of us, and it was very green as we liked the green aspect of the university. But I will say that nothing was really sticking out to me as special. It was just kind of a university campus, but I could definitely see myself studying there, and that's like the main point, I guess. Then after that, we had a welcome talk, which was actually really good, and I wanted to record it, but I was sitting at the front row, right in front of the like vice dean, and it was a bit weird. I got a picture and his head is in it and he didn't say anything, but I was sure that if I held up my phone to record, something would have been said, so I decided to not do that. But he was basically just talking about the facilities and he was saying we don't focus on the buildings. We don't focus on the bricks and mortar and the fancy razzle-dazzle you with the scenery. We focus on the teaching. And I was thinking, okay, that's good. I mean, your buildings really aren't that special, but let's see about your teaching. and we went to a law lecture because I'm applying for law. They gave us a little schedule, and after the campus tour over lunch we were allowed to speak to any of the faculty members. We could speak to any of the lecturers who were hanging around there, but we didn't really do that. We didn't really have any questions that we wanted to ask them at that present time because most of it was on the internet, and then we hadn't had the lecture yet, so we didn't know what it was going to be like. But then we had the lecture and it was actually very good. We did a mock case where they asked us a question whether or not we thought that this person should be found criminally liable, and it was very interesting because at first when they said it, it was like, yeah, of course, and then he added in extra details and he was like, oh, now that you say that, he was like, yeah, these are the complicated questions you have to answer in law. And then we had an actual prosecution and a defense. The prosecutor, after he gave his argument, me and my friend went to clap. Everyone was silent, and it was like,
We don't clap in court.
of course you don't. That would show bias. Like, obviously you don't applaud in court. And then the other teacher was like, especially not the prosecution, because he was the defense. Needless to say, I felt a little bit embarrassed, but these things happen. You live and you learn. And then the defense gave his speech, and I feel so bad because I'm really, really, really bad in humid rooms, and I've been sitting down for a while now, and I started to fall asleep. But I was listening. I was just in and out, nodding and like swaying. Oh, I was in the front row and I'd already made myself bait because I'd volunteered to be one of the witnesses to speak, and I'd applauded. So I'm pretty sure he probably is annoyed. But I'm sorry, can't control it. And then after that we had a little break, because that was a much needed break. And we came back and we did negotiations, like a mock negotiation. They taught us how to negotiate as a lawyer, and they gave us these two clients to represent one group and the other group, and then we had to negotiate what they wanted. And it was so fun. The teaching really did stand out, even though the buildings didn't. And that is something that they hone on. That is one of their specialties, that they are a research-led university, and you won't be taught by the people writing the books like you would at Oxbridge, but you are taught by their PhD students, and so they're going to be giving you, hopefully, a level of teaching that is equal to, or maybe just a level lower, which is really good. That I do like. And then we got to ask the students any questions, which was very helpful, learning about student life. A lot of people were like, how often do you go clubbing? And I was like, how often do you read? I actually asked, how much reading do you do per week? And they was like, you mean per day? Per week, I'd probably read like over 200 pages. Per day, like 12 pages, or read for 8 hours. Okay, so this is the reality of being a law student. Which isn't too bad if you're doing the rule of 8, which another YouTuber, Ibsen talks about. I tried to do when I was at sixth form, but it didn't really work for me. But I can talk about that in another video. So. And then afterwards, we went on a little walk around the campus and then I went home. It was a very, very good day. Oh, sun is calm. All in all, it was a very, very good day. The city, I didn't really see much of Guildford. I only saw near the train station and my walk to the university. But it seems like it was a nice little place. It just didn't stand out to me that much. I didn't get any particular feeling like, oh, I should be here. Why is the light playing up? But it's definitely a good university, and we'll see how University of East Anglia goes, because I can imagine that would be fantastic, and I already love the city. So if that goes well, that'll be my insurance. If not, then Surrey. But if you guys have been to Surrey, I'd love to know your thoughts and what you thought about it. And if you are currently a student at Surrey, then I'd love to know what made you pick it. I know that they have their placement year, which is really good, and I actually didn't speak about this. Let me speak about it. So you have the opportunity to go on a placement year, which can be in any sector of employment, so you don't necessarily have to work with a law firm, but you can do volunteering and work with a pro bono, or you can work in business. Like one woman there said that she did a placement year with Microsoft and ended up getting a job at the end of it. But you can also be overseas, so if you want to study abroad for a year like I do, then you can do that. And it sounds like a great opportunity to beef up your CV while still at university and to build connections, which is important, and it's mainly the reason that you get a degree. Like one woman said, we all look academic on paper. It's time to make yourself stand out. It's time to get yourself that experience and to make friends in the industry that you want to go into. If you decide not to go into law or not to be a solicitor or barrister, then you can go into business. You can go into I don't know, you can go into accountancy maybe. The thing about a law degree is that it's very employable, and so even if you decide not to do law at the end of it, you'll still have great analytical skills, great speaking skills, and an understanding of the law that is very helpful to businesses. So that was definitely something that made the university stand out, even if the campus didn't really grab me in that way. Though it did have a really homey feel. I don't want to be too harsh on it. I had a very comfortable, I could live here vibe, and the people seemed really chill. If that's what appeals to you, then definitely go to Surrey. It seems really cool. But anyway, that was my experience at the University of Surrey. Please let me know yours if you've been, if you're thinking of going, and if you decide to have it as your firm. I'd love to know why. What swayed your decision one way or the other? Or if you rejected Surrey, then I'd love to know that too. Anyway, I'll meet you guys in the comments. And even if you don't want to comment, if you like this video or you like these university style reviews, then please hit that like button so that I know what content you guys like, and maybe I can do some more university reviews for you. Anyway, that was my theoretical perspective. That was actually my theoretical and practical perspective on my visit to the University of Surrey, and I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, guys.